people talk about mosquitoes and particularly some of the effect of aquatic weeds on mosquitoes, it suddenly dawned on me that this is an implication that has been more implied than stated. And and several years ago, I just said this is something that really needs to be stated. As I said, invasive aquatic weeds tend to displace the normal flora, which displace the critters that eat mosquitoes. And a lot of at least in California, the basis of mosquito control is try to get them while they're in the larval stage. So you try to either eliminate or at least reduce the need for aerial adulticide spraying. You want to enhance the native predators as well as introduced predators, the mosquito fish. Do not put mosquito fish in natural waterways. It's a no-no. The people tend to think of stagnant areas, but also in areas where there's moving water. So on this poster, I'm showing one area where there's a stagnant or slow-moving with a particularly nasty invader, and then an area where there's been success control. The Ludwigia species, it's a hybridization between introduced Ludwigia. The taxonomy is still very confused, and they've done some genetic studies on it. And so most of there are some native California Ludwigias, but they're mostly in mountain stream, up in the mountains. The ones we see down are usually not the natives. It is what it does. It'll grow in 6 feet of water. It gets hard. It gets dense enough that people can actually walk on it. When it's gotten in some of the irrigation canals in the Central Valley, it has gotten so dense that it has a pet name of the yellow brick road. And it just completely displaces the water column. It gets so thick that you cannot get any of the larvicides into the water. And of course, mosquitoes breed like crazy. And there's been several attempts at control, most of them unsuccessful. One was Mike Kelly in the San Diego area did have a successful program, which I can discuss at a little bit more detail. The real rousing success has been in the San Francisco Bay Area. There's the Spartina are a genus of salt marsh cordgrass. There's the Spartina foliosa is the native one. There's a Spartina alterniflora, which is invasive. They hybridize, and it gets extremely dense. It's a mound builder. It becomes self-fertile, and it marches out into the bay, and it harbors salt marsh mosquitoes, usually in the Aedes genus. It was until the glyphosate or rodeo is not effective, but they did when imaprazir became approved for use in California, it became a main tool. One of the main points of this thing is there's been a very successful collaboration between the Bay Area Spartina project and the San Mateo Mosquito Abatement District. And hearing about this in one of the meetings, with having been to some of the mosquito conferences, I met Mr. James Counts, who was the operations manager, and he was the one that worked out the arrangement. So they've been it's very successful. If you notice the picture, in 1906, this shows this particular Bear Island, particular estuary that was completely closed up. In 2 years later, you can see it's pretty well clear. Fortunately, in the Bay Area, by controlling the Spartina, there has not been secondary other invasives that come in, and the native vegetation has come back quite well, And it's also provided habitat for the endangered clapper rail and other species. So anyway, I think the take-home message of this is, the take-home message is collaboration amongst agencies and across disciplinary lines, and the need for further research and study on the Ludwigia. And I thank you.